Super excited to be back today. Welcome to the next part of the story of our ornaments. Today's subject is going to be travel, and I'm super excited to share some ornaments around the vacations and the trips that Scott and I have taken over the years. So I've been to Palm Springs many times for pageants, but until I went to Palm Springs and we stayed there for Aaron and Nicole's wedding, we got this ornament. I got this little doll on a trip to Solvang with Barrett and Linda. For Scott and I's 20th wedding anniversary, we had a trip to Mexico and we got this little orange skull in Todos Santos. It's pretty clear where this little angel came from, but as you can see on her side, she came from Cancun. Last year on my trip to China, I got this little fortune kitty and I really love her. This ornament also came from my trip to Solvang. A number of years ago, Scott and I had the opportunity to travel to Germany with my parents for one of my dad's mustache competitions and got this ornament on that trip. This tree ornament, you can see it's been around for a little while because it's a little on the faded side, but this came from our trip to Mexico with Tom and Alexis and some other friends many years ago. So a few years back, we were home visiting Washington for Christmas and we spent the day at Hurricane Ridge with Eli, Stephanie, and Isabel going sledding. I love this little canoeing Santa. He came from Orcas Island. So it's pretty obvious where this ornament came from and what it is, but for those of you who aren't familiar, this is the Washington State Ferry and it rides between Seattle and Bremerton, our hometown. A few years back, Scott and I were able to judge the NAMM pageant in California and got to visit Disney, and this little guy represents that trip. So Scott and I made a trip last year over the weekend up to South Dakota, and we had a chance to visit Wall Drago, something I had heard of but never had been to before. A couple years back, Scott and I took a day-long motorcycle trip. It was actually on 4th of July over the mountains to Breckenridge and spent the day and watched their parade. For our 10th anniversary, we took a cruise and went to St. Martin. This ornament also came from our 10th year anniversary Caribbean cruise. Thanks for watching another day of the story of our ornaments. Just one day left and then Christmas will be here. I'm kind of sad and excited at the same way. Obviously, I'm excited for the holiday, but sad to not be able to get online and share these ornament stories every day. I'm feeling very festive, if you can't tell from my red earrings, and excited to get all the presents wrapped and under the tree and share them. Come back tomorrow for the last episode of the story of our ornaments for 2018.